Jazz Grizzlies game 1, super exciting, 48 minutes. Obviously, a lot more to the game than the last 2 minutes, but unfortunately, YouTube won't allow me to do a 17-hour film breakdown. Let's see how long me just going through this last 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes takes, because there's a lot of details in here and I want to highlight a lot of things. Let's dive right into the film. Start right here. Memphis up 6, 2:38 to go. A step up ball screen for Morant on the sideline. I think if Quinn Snyder makes an adjustment for game 2, you just got to get the ball out of this dude's hands, quite frankly. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do something like the Harden defense that he used to face in Houston, where you just run two guards at him and make him get rid of the ball, just make the other guys play 4-on-3, take him out of the possession period, because he is so damn dynamic. Unguardable one-on-one, unguardable in ball screens. You need to make somebody else beat you, quite frankly, because, again, as you see here, he's just way too fast for Derek Favors to contain on the baseline, and even though he misses the finish at the basket, Favors having to go for that block is going to open up Valanciunas for the offensive rebound. Utah's guards have to be better staying in the play, crackback blocking out the Grizzlies' bigs, but obviously easier said than done, especially a guy like Valanciunas who would probably pummel Conley down there anyway. Nice finish. Put Memphis up 8, 2:30 to go in the game. Utah, you see Memphis switching a lot of these small screens as Conley comes off the ball screen. Bogdanovich obviously got it going in the fourth, like that matchup against Allen. This time knocked out of bounds. Not even really sure how Bogdanovich got free here. Looks like Memphis was in kind of a zone concept. They like the zone out on baseline out of bounds sets. Bogdanovich pretty much just popped to the top, it looked like. Pretty well contested three, but huge shot for him. Massive fourth quarter, 106-101, 2 minutes to go in the game. Now starts our 2-minute review. Here we go. High pick and roll for this time. Once again, you see how just totally unguardable he is. Ball screens. I mean, just masterful changes of pace. I mean, I've said he's like, you combine like Russ and John Wall and a guy with that kind of speed and athleticism with like Tony Parker, his floater game, his ability to manipulate his body to change speeds. Look at how Valanciunas flips this for Ja to get to his right hand, and then watch how Ja is gonna go full speed. Stop right there, right? Now he's gonna go full speed again. So he did this all to kind of freeze Conley up because he's so good at changing his pace. Goes full speed, stops on a dime. Conley kind of stops right there, and then when Conley stops, now he keeps going again. So as soon as he's got his man on his back, he's dead. Because he's obviously unbelievable with the floater stuff, 1 foot, 2 feet, whatever. He's so damn good finishing those in the paint. And then here, again, he just has Conley on his back, so Favors worried about peeling back to his man Valanciunas, and Ja obviously here rises up himself for the finish. So herky-jerky, so good at manipulating his speeds. Unbelievable game, unbelievable fourth quarter for him. Much better than any second-year guy I've seen in a long time. Bogdanovich, a little surprised he missed this one, to be honest, with all the looks he made in the fourth. This was a nice, simple, just rip through and shoot. It was pretty open. That's a rhythm shot for him that he makes a lot, shoots a lot. Look at this wild sequence, though. Royce O'Neal, he's just trying to throw the ball off a Grizzly. I don't know if I've ever seen a ball bounce like this. He tries to throw it off a Grizzly. Instead, it bounces on one bounce all the way out to Ingles at the three-point line. Heck of a save, who then is going to jab, drive, and hit Derek Favors for the N1. And then you see over here, that's where the whole Gobert thing started, as he's obviously fouled out at the point. I think he premeditated this whole thing. I got a little more. We'll see some of the replays of this, but oh my God, he deserves an Oscar for this performance. Let's see if we can see it even. Oh, this was the three before. This was Ja's finish. Not on this angle. Here we go, I think. There's Rudy. Look at him. He just walks over. I think he says something to Kyle Anderson, trying to piss him off. So Kyle Anderson just gives him like a little get out of here, like enough. And look at Rudy goes down like the Titanic. Look at James Capers walking over. He's like, "Come on, dude, get up." Look at his right hand. He's like, "Come on, enough. Like we're not rewarding that bull crap." Rudy's like, "Ooh, look, he felled me." This whole thing. Look, watch him again here. He's gonna just march right onto the court, get right in Kyle Anderson's face. He's taunting him right now. Kyle just gives him the tiniest little shove, and look at Rudy, hands up, man down. He's trying to get a tech out of that. Oh, good effort. Look at Utah's guys are even like, come on, dude, you're too much. Get out of here with that. Favors. Big free throw, 108, 104, 130 to go in the game. They got a lot of different types of ball screens to free jaw up. Again, maybe I'll break them down in more detail at some point, but here's a little horns chest action. Kyle Anderson sets and flares right off. Valanciunas gets out of there quickly so that, again, Valanciunas can set. If there's one thing Ja doesn't see tremendously well, honestly, it's the roller situations like this where he gets trapped. He tends to want to throw the ball back to strong side he's going, whereas, Valanciunas, I think, pretty open at the end of this on this roll, as you see Ingles jumping out to get to Grayson Allen, who's lifting up. So I think that pass, honestly, if it goes to Valanciunas here, is a layup. So maybe, again, another thing for Quinn Snyder to think about, trapping Ja more. But still a pretty good pass, finds Dylan Brooks, strong corner, well contested, good block out by Favors. Utah, again, Memphis doing a good job switching those small actions. Bogdanovich, though, matchup hunting at this point. He likes that top drive spot. Good kick out three. Conley had a couple of these looks in the last few minutes. Just can't get it to go down. 108, 104. Royce O'Neal, probably Utah's best individual defender. Does a good job getting down in a stance on Ja here. Active hands, really putting pressure on the ball. But again, you just can't guard him with one guy. You can't guard him in ball screens. This time, just angle, pick and roll. Ja basically just goes early to his left. Valanciunas doesn't even have to do anything. Again, Favors is in a drop. He's playing 2 for 2. He's worried about Valanciunas getting behind him. But again, Ja's just too quick. And he's going to jump off the wrong foot to throw off the timing of the shot blocker. And he's so athletic around the basket. And he finishes beautifully with his left hand off the glass. Just a filthy, filthy finish. 110, 104. Big time by John Morant. Royce O'Neal here. Utah likes this action. It's like a little double drag, but he just like sprints out of it, slips it, takes Grayson Allen out in the process. Maybe close to an illegal, but anyway, ball don't lie, I guess, because he missed the layup. So Quinn Snyder is going to call timeout. Bear with me for a second. Obviously, you get the raw video, trying to get you guys this as quick as possible post-game. Alright, here's Quinn's ATO. Pretty darn good usually in these situations. They're going to have Bogdanovich cut off a back screen from Favors, and then he's going to set back screen for Royce O'Neal and come himself right off to the corner. But look what a good job Kyle Anderson does guarding this whole thing. I mean, this whole play is tough to guard, but look how physical he is into the body from the start. Doesn't fall for this action, stays on the top side of him, doesn't let him come off this pin down really clean there. And Utah, this whole thing is now pretty much blown up. Not what they wanted to run, but Bogdanovich still is going to get 3 free throws out of it. Honestly, if I was Taylor Jenkins, I would have just thrown a challenge out here. You got 2 timeouts. You're not going to use it on anything else in the last couple minutes. I don't know. I thought maybe, if anything, they could possibly change this to on the floor, because it's kind of similar to that foul where, coming off like a ball screen, basically a guy just kind of flails up, and that contact is like right here in this whole commotion. Maybe they even say Favors is holding Anderson, overturn this. Certainly, Reggie said, yeah, there's a lot of contact, but I'm not sure, honestly, that Anderson did a whole lot of fouling, if any, of Bogdanovich. I mean, if anything, it's on the ball screen there. It's a whole mess. He almost basically just blocked the ball. But anyway, that's, me caring a lot about officiating and things that you guys probably don't care about. But anyway, Bogdanovic is going to make all 3 free throws, and now so Quinn Snyder has a decision to make. Do you play it out? Do you foul? Looked like he was initially, trapping, trying to be aggressive. I like this. Again, maybe more of this, just try to get the ball out of Ja's hands. But you know what? They weren't in the penalty yet, so had a foul to give still made sense, especially when still an 8-second differential with the shot clock only going to 16. All right, so Memphis is going to get it into Ja, and now this time, now they're just going to straight ISO him. Spread floor, 4 out. Valanciunas, opposite block. Ja, great move to get by Conley, but Conley, great recovery because on this crossover, even though he's totally beat, I think right about here, right there, he gets his hand in there, I think, and knocks it out from Ja. Good job by Derek Favors being perfectly vertical at the rim, so loose ball at this point as Ja's lost it. Favors, great verticality. And then the announcers gave Kyle Anderson all this credit, Spurs tree, but you know what? The guy, Spurs tree, really probably deserves the credit. Taylor Jenkins, look at him right here. He's calling for Kyle Anderson a foul. That X right there, that's a signal for kind of intentional foul. So Kyle Anderson, when he looked back, he wasn't looking at the time. He saw his coach freaking out, saying foul, 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 and does a great job executing it there perfectly. And we can see kind of, I think on one of these replays that they show, so they're giving Kyle Anderson all the props. Well, there you only see him. I thought there was another angle maybe where they show Jenkins, but no, I could be wrong. A lot of basketball today, sorry about that. Anyway, oh, here we go. This is what I was thinking of. Look at Taylor Jenkins from the start. He's calling for it. Great awareness. That's being locked into the game. Anyway, he's going to hit both. Taylor Jenkins timeout, advance the ball. Smart. All right, so interesting decision. Quinn Snyder puts Derek Favors on the ball and has him, trying to like force things to the basket, interestingly. But where that doesn't make sense is, so now everybody's kind of playing on the top side of their guy. So right here, it looks like Memphis basically drew this up to perfection, that they kind of figured that Utah would be in a defense like this, and they had Dillon Brooks kind of just loop over the top of 2 guys, and then curl right off Valanciunas. And since his man's on the top side the whole time, this initial first cut is wide open on kind of the late pass. Kyle Anderson just kind of pushes it out there. I don't know if they thought that Utah would be so locked into Ja, which it looks like they are. I think the reason Bogdanovic doesn't help here is because he thinks, they're going to just pin for Ja Morant to come up and get the ball. So he leaves. When he's matched up with Valanciunas there, he's also not a 5-man. He's not used to being in that spot. But again, questionable decision. Putting Favors on the ball here, having Bogdanovic guard Valanciunas. But anyway, great pass by Kyle Anderson. Great design by Taylor Jenkins and Dillon Brooks, despite almost stumbling. Nice finish there. Utah going to use their last timeout to advance it. Now needing a 3. This is just me, or does Popeyes, KFC, Hardee's, everybody's freaking chicken sandwich is like the exact same thing now. Anyway, 4.3 seconds to go. I was shocked at the simplicity of this play, but I think maybe, to be honest, and Reggie said something like this too, I think Quinn Snyder figured that Memphis was just going to foul again, was going to do the same thing. So I think he spent more time, honestly, just telling, Bogdanovic, catch this ball and kind of dribble it, and they're going to try to foul you, and you fling it up at the same time. So I think that whole time he was pretty much expecting a foul because, of course, if this shot somehow goes in, every single person in the world is killing Taylor Jenkins. How do you not foul? How do you not foul? Well, you don't foul because Bogdanovic was expecting it, because he was going to flail up and he was going to draw 3 free throws of it. So Kyle Anderson does a perfect job, again, on a pretty minimalistic play design, especially knowing Quinn Snyder. Just a quick cutoff by Conley. Clarkson gets out to the corner, and again, looks like they were basically just ISOing Bogdanovic, who pops out, and again, I think was just very surprised that Kyle Anderson is just showing his hands, being perfectly vertical, great contest, and Bogdanovic obviously way off. Memphis secures the Game 1 win. Thanks for watching. Scout with Bryan. Make sure you thumb up, subscribe. A lot more coming soon. Appreciate you guys tuning in.